into the Otumfuo ye ne de no or secure the future of Asante Fonkwara. Send obi tina Santimemu radio so TV so biena no ekasa tia free SHS under John Mahama na sa nipa ne pese odi otekoko so atem. Isi ama ne ho ye de ne ho che no. Bia obetina Santimemu atena radio so atena TV so akasa tia free SHS a Otumfuo set to I endorse Edina koma pa ataye chire se onim se John Mahama ebeye ne no sa nipa no kasa tia free SHS under John Mahama na nipa no opese oyede odi Otumfuo atem e ko mempene mo bia ndi Otumfuo atem da. Now a lot of people are talking about Galamsey in Ghana today. Kevin Taylor NDC for omoba power 3 months ni adena Kevin Taylor momonka Galamsey wansem. Yeah, the 3 months I solve a Galamsey problem. And let me state this. Anybody who attacks a journalist in Ghana because journalists now cover Galamsey's site, that person should be arrested and that person should be jailed, irrespective of who you are. Journalists in Ghana have the right to report on Galamsey. It does not matter the party in power. Journalists be or what the rights. Journalists be our assignment to go cover illegal mining. They have the right to cover illegal mining in Ghana. Nobody in Ghana has the right to stop anybody from covering Galamsey's story. Nobody. If even there's one person in this government who tries to stop any journalist from covering Galamsey's story, we need to go after that person. Because the story or the Galamsey menace, it goes beyond political parties. I am not going to sit here and say, because NDC about power, no, when people want to cover Galamsey's story, I should do what? Tell them to stop. Why? Right now, I can tell you that this government is too young to solve Galamsey's problems now. Actually, will be away Jimmy. The NDC government just read their budget 2-3 days ago. The NDC government has not even been in power more than 3 months. The NDC government, at this point as we speak, the government is now forming. Now, a government has been in power for 8 years. Omaya Galamsey for 8 years. We saw a whole sector minister write a report, and I'm talking to this man. Sir, foolish Ken Ashibe. And your Galamsey story, he's useless in Ghana because he only uses Galamsey's story to become relevant. And then why not you say, or the best survival in this very, very, very simple economy. And this guy, he thinks he's smart, he's intelligent. He knows nothing about Galamsey. He thinks to say, when he hides behind that foolish thing that he calls to say, a group, a DND, they can suppress the government. Nobody can force the NDC government when it comes to the fight against Galamsey. No. Because who akwawe, mumusan say, oni obada, how many times and hoba? And you want to force a government in 3 months to fight problem that was caused over 8 years. Are you crazy? So this fool comes and says, NDC criminals have taken over from NPP criminals without any evidence or a. And we cannot solve or fight Galamsey with this kind of these beanbags. These beanbags who think, Ghana, no, you just have to have some stupid name working on radio and TV to make people think, you are intelligent. Who uses 3 months to fight Galamsey? And if you have credibility to prove, NDC Nibi is involved in Galamsey, why don't you stupidly publish it? That is what they have been doing. And you see, for years, we have allowed these fools to be sitting on radio and TV, pretending as if they know everything. Politicians, they feed you. They don't do any serious job. All that they do is that, let me target this person. This government is in. Let people think, I am against this government. And that is what they have been feeding on till this point, this foolish guy. Nagana ni Jimintra. We see these people as intelligent. These people bring nothing to the table. Because if you want to make such an allegation, you need to have your evidence to prove. For me to sit here and support you. But you cannot stupidly, foolishly, a beanbag like this come and say, Galamsey, NDC criminals are taken from NPP criminals. Where are your evidence? In Tinkwasiafo when in Ghana TV so, and a yes so, and Ora politician officer, near Manikakra, Mumusa said Juma Benoye. They will form something called think tank. They will form some group B, Ebiani Imani, in Kwasiadi Omuti Imani ye. Today it has become a political chamber pot. Imani. If Franklin Kujo is smart, he would disassociate himself from that political chamber pot that Kofi Bentel is running. Me see, if Franklin Kujo is intelligent, and he basically wants to respect himself and protect his integrity, he would disassociate himself from that stupid thing called Imani, that political chamber pot. He would disassociate because the Imani that we see has two angles. One is going here, one is going there, because they have allowed politicians to infiltrate. The same as these foolish fools. Because you cannot come at this point and tell Ghanaians to say, NDC criminals. Who are their criminals? I will speak on the criminals when you give me enough evidence to prove, say, there are criminals who have taken over from the NPP. But you see, they play that chess game. They know Ghanaians are stupid because radio for the BBI, radio for the BBI, every day the same faces, the same foolish people we have been drinking with, the same foolish people who have been sleeping with people's wives, the same foolish people who we know have not added anything to their brains. We give them opportunity to gain affordance automatically they are wise. These are foolish people. The fight we want to fight, Galamsey, it is not anything, we need to put political colors on it. So when Professor Frimpong came out with that report, I'm expecting this beanbag to tell the president and Mr. President, before you touch Galamsey, prosecute every single person in that report to serve as a deterrent to people in your government. Foolishly go sit there and say, because Galamsey is still ongoing, you expect to say, in say after 8 years, no, in 2 days, we are such a beanbag. When we Jimmy phone has almost Ghana. I was expecting you to say, Mr. President, a report is there from Paul Boateng's report. I want to believe you. If you want us to believe you, pick that report, open a commission, let them sit everybody in the report down, and let us know what comes out of the report. We can use that as a basis to fight Galamsey because people will see that somebody has been jailed 25 years, 10 years. You are stupidly ignoring the issue that they are evidence. Because that report from Paul Boateng, it was evidence. He was a sector minister. Kwasiafo in Ghana. We edua bag we edua beans bag we bean bag we in Ghana. And the yeso son kwasiasem we so. You people should tell the president that at least we have evidence from a sector minister. Paul Boateng came up to the report that he presented to the president. That report is on record. Mr. President, open a commission now. Every single person who was mentioned in the report, let them come before the commission. Let us get to the bottom of it. If we get the culprits, let us jail them for 10 years for it to serve as a deterrent to people under your leadership and also Ghanaians. That is when you are making noise. Kwasia, NDC from NPP. So these are the fools who have become political table tennis balls. They are ping pongs. You kick them here, you kick them there, because every day we open their phone lines for these idiots to speak. Who is the NPP criminal and the NDC criminal? Do you have any evidence? I can say NPP criminals did Galamsey because at least there's a sector minister who wrote a report and said this is what he found. Do you have any report to prove to me in the last 3 months Obi or NDC mo oya Galamsey we akwasia? Mo na mo edi mo atem no mo agimi he mo tete Ghana Forson ena mo ya mo se mo ni munyansa. Motu fin kanka mo no jot and no apeteshia. You think say going to sit on news file no it automatically makes you wise. Ye Jimmy Organ and tra and then the Nipa news file. Aye Jimmy tra na Nipa no hosting news file. Samson in the num kanka way at the Papa Ben or news file no so. Joy News Multimedia, they are foolish. That's why they are keeping that guy still on news file. They are supposed to sack that fool. What does he bring to news file? And these are the same people he'll be interviewing. These are the Jimmys you'll be interviewing at Entra because they don't have anything to do. Where Jimmy Benoye, a common deno from government to government, he can do what? He can criticize everybody. But at the end of the day, Busane say on Kasankasa, oh, we are members of DND. The last time, first time I made about Ghana, I think 2009. Me, I met my wife 2009. My wife beside me say, why do we have so many acronyms in Ghana? I'm say, share. A poultry farm, Obeti Cape MMNC, Kumasi Mental Association, and PWPKC, people with some acronyms. We've been on my survival bedroom. Acronyms. We are putting an organization together. We are ready and the Obekon Nipa 3. And can Ghana and Yejimi and Kokuku and you do to make us say our Atamos Foundation. Na kwasiasa na no one kuta paper back on Nam Ghana. So. Well, that's what they've been doing. Oh. They have been playing on your conscience for years. They know nothing. Yakwasiye ojina Metro TV. Okasa is a pipe pressure ha. Kwasiye first na buju nyansa meboa. On se be expose mo say and omu jina TV so mo say omu so jimi anamu hu. Kwasiye ojina Metro TV. Who's concerned? Jantre ni ojina Metro TV ya ne kon pipe share PVC share kon hin. PVC pipe was a PVC pipe share kon hin. Kwase yi Jantre ni an hu fi a o repu ma o Germany ni ade. Kwase ojina Metro TV ya o dress say de ko je kaba. On say first time you so nyansa. On say na so ojina hu so ejimi. O ejimi. He cannot convince you. What is he going to convince you about? Because the guy standing there looks filthy. He looks dirty. He looks unkempt. He looks very sick. He looks like a red candidate. He looks drug infested. Because here on Metro TV, I'll say, oh, your show, dear evening show, dear Kwasia boy. And then the one who ever convince will say, or can be natural. He smells. You can see. Just watching him. Can you see us singing our brown? I told you people, these are drug addicts. They don't deserve any space in our politics. Also today, they are not relevant. They can't even make anything on social media, on TV. Because of what? Because these people were down from the beginning. Now, Mami Ridi Akwawe, he. Semeka Senkofo we Jimina media matama obisa Kevin de omwa de. Mami he. Let me read the story. We Ghana web. Omukwasi for he. What we caption no? NDC criminals have taken over from NPP criminals. Now let's read the story. Let's see exactly what he said. Well, Jimmy, you are entertaining these fools. Look at this. Now let's read the story. We understand the evidence. This is what he said in the story itself. Or say, let me read it. Or say, and I quote, some work is happening, but unfortunately, the criminals are still at work and they are still doing what they are doing. So, the criminal transition that we saw in 2016 and 2017 has happened again. What you are beginning to see happening is that this time, not only do you see the NDC criminals taking over from the NPP criminals, but you are also having the NPP criminals go to the NDC criminals and say, and I quote, yes, your party is in power, but I have the equipment. I have the people here already. Come and be at the front of it. Take 60% of it, and we will hide behind you with 40%. So these gangs, these people who are wrecking our country are still at work. He stated during the interview. These are all speculations. These are stupid speculations. I say, you see MPP for Abba. The only one say MPP for the catch the NDC for say I'm buying eba into your equipment, no, you're about you no, I'm 40%, no, I'm 60%. The issue is all the things he said he could not prove with any evidence. Kwasiawe to radio so, and we are listening to such fools who are speculating. He could not mention one company, one person who is directly involved and said, where your MPP near, I have evidence to show, say, he's involved. Where your NDC near, I have evidence to show. Because here we call them do cabinet na TV, so Jimmy way, bin bag way. Jimmy way, okonom doka, unim doka, okonom doka, na ya friend no say onfa na adwene mbra. Na ye de kwase afo we adwene na ebu Ghana. Base, oni base bia. We cannot build this nation on speculations. These are stupid people. How can you fight illegal mining on speculations? How can you do that? The same thing now. Franklin Kujo didn't question for almost caught on speculations because I'm to say you be pamo dampare. Now Chief Justice na krank Chief Justice not to na mudi case the command unim ni fate. Mu Chief Justice no so no mami. Do you know her fate? Ah momo de dampare command is always save dampare. Ono kro bet save no ho. The Chief Justice today, Ubusan so between 7 on to him answer. Chief Justice of Ghana, Ubusan said, can you save yourself, madam? She cannot give you an explicit answer, say yes. Because she also knows the allegations and the evidence people are cooking. She knows. Audience on comment on your bonianka, on your free. She is tight. These are the fools we are talking about, Doka kind of analysis. Into the piano on Besomba radio, so into what they have done over the years, and I say, I'm creating Bibia to a team size or me smart. Because at a point, you need to go TV so, you need to go radio so, you need only wine now if you say Ako TV so, only wine now if you come say Ako radio so, it in Kwasia for a tita ten cry, oh, near a publisher, oh, near a editor, and I'm sorry, no good TV so, no good radio so. Do any woman in the so many party to be. Where Doka for the read no jot of war. Now social media buy no We are seeing their faces. We are seeing their body language. We are seeing how they speak. We are analyzing their speeches. They cannot build this nation. We cannot build a nation based on speculation. We cannot use speculations to build Ghana. In some kind of interview, no speculations. Kwasi Ampaw, you can't change the Uncle Frimpong Boate report. No, now on insist the president in the commission on that report. Now you obi or report in Mwambra commission that has the power like a high court. Now you shed the ABC. But you sit there and say NPP criminals 60%, 20% in Kwasi Ampaw. Just had the mind. Foolish people. Ebiana what is it no? It won't Jimmy be no Metro TV. Ne kwan why say PBC pipe show. Kwasi Ampaw infested dirty guy way. Akwa way Jimmy way. NPP buy Yatana go to airport. Kwasi Ampaw Jimmy and there we see atum. Kwasi Ampaw de nam Ghana na mo so. On send the ocean and we all say. Majority of you guys when you watch that fool on Metro TV, that dirty drug addict on Metro TV, akwebina PBC channel okasa oh that pipe be channel that ko gina TV so na attack no Messi akwebina good evening Ghana no akwebina pipe channel no ogina TV so no kasa na pipe be channel say that ko pipe no block it ogina TV so no team no wu kwasia yare 40 se wo okwa PBC these are the foolish people we were listening to thinking they are intelligent. They're stupid people. They're foolish people. Only answer. And Koran mu repi mo Ghana. And yatna was son Kwasi Ampaw we so abeduha. That PBC pipe journalist. PBC pipe journalist no. Oba no pa enwumra na ebukakakra pa na yere dia shaha. Jantre ni bema. Okwa okasape na inframa ni femu wa ha Kwasia o te Ghana so a journalist. Insinuation Kwasi Ampaw. Mama me dwam ne enko enim. Hey, abefo chairman kra feel me. Dey na betuma ye. Oto apanyan. Abefo twen ena da ho no. Otumfuo oseditu nana piaw. Chanchan hene Kevin Taylor maba wona so ende nwumre nana me bedwudwam ama eye asanteman nyina ate de waka ase. Na sebio obia no kotiaw na ya chiri dedua obia nka se nana tan nipa. Every say sebio ewo me na ewo yen ade bia enya ade baako. Ena sebio ye say ahoma sebio eteredua ho ene hu soro ena mpenifo na kan nana omo se akwara de bia no waso na no odu dance ase a ana ne charity mpenifo na so na sa kan se taxi driver on ten dware no de bia ne type pai ye ne mpenifo na sa kan hey ebe de bebre nana ye ndwudwom abefo mo twan now brofo ni nie so amefo mo ntie yaka aka adwudwom and so still let's review free SHS we Otumfuo brofo. We can allow those who have the means to pay while government funds the brilliant but needy. Otumfuo said to Nana Kasano, Okano Wabrofum, and Wamame Ayede Akwenya se Minju Munchra Santamai. Otumfuo say, free SHS no, I was say ye review. Na de na John Mahama any NDC for Kano, na nyansa wom. Because Sanka John Mahama ne NDC for any Professor Nano Poko Ajimaboka say yen review free SHS no Sanka nyansa ni ma anko Otumfuo said to Kotoko so piao anko onka say yen so yen review inti Otumfuo said to end nana wanuham wakachira santeman say so bi kachira say review a councillor or say NPP for ne yen kwasiafo or say wagye John Mahama asem no atum since Mahama bedi so wahwe Mahama NDC for campaign time omudi nkan ka say free SHS yen review yen sakra sakrem ne antoto ne ye ne antenetene no engina ne naso se ne be yankwara ne kwa sebio ebe ye school pa omoko na enye se bia obi a wo moti koso omoko tena baby Otumfuo said to end the air kasa no o se o ka kira santeman say so wuti reviewer na chese school no e wo se John Mahama sama waka say reviewer o pese o sakrem ma enigina ne naso no free SHS no wa endorse anase o de edian ni bodua ashe John Mahama nsem se onye de o pese o ye emfa free SHS so if you say Mahama ne NDC fo ni munyansa o se de owo sika o no pese o de hwe no ho no o se o ya wofo na wo sika na free SHS no o pese wutua ubetuma etua almost was sebio omo bojo fo a sika ni fia e wo se aban eso omasene no o se aban enso omasene inti asem na me bodo tofa Otumfuo said to ende wato nanum tuo o se free SHS no se obi gina baby ka se review enya no kore obi betwam a o se nipa ne yakwasea nana wanka ne kwasea me na medwudwam kwasea Otumfuo say sa wote so bi gina baby e ka say free SHS review means counselor or say nipa no or ye jimifo onti Ghana school samase onye ready say obebua school na wache na unim review unim the reason unim the definition of review bibi nti wankasa me de achew nana for about 2 years you can review nana unim review you understand review but you refuse to speak on review because now partner or power Matias here me de achew onana na me tebio ya say dey onana and I said onana fomo a untumi nye bibia nti nana mintumi nye bibia me de achew nana enka review asem we na nka say 2 years ago na nka wo kan every time atena me juma die we so aka che Ghana for say school a wakọ ene brofo a wote ene sebio wadwene a ekọ anim eba eye adesuamu a e wo se nka obi gina wasa so ka say review means cancel na nka say na wote ano but bibinti ena sebio sofu gina sorry anim na o preach na say oba bi kura no fugu ho a na wayi nani ato wiem nti ebia bibinti na wankasa say nda waka ya te ase wa magana fo nyina te ase say a free SHS na John Mahama has set up a committee and we are having a review team no Otumfuo or say to Okatakyie Asante say review no pa ehia pa John Mahama ni munyansa krogen into obi asantini no gina baby etu na no tuom ana na num tuo ka say review no say krono de ana emfa kwemu ana de betwa free SHS ma Otumfuo say sa asantini obegina baby akasa na wodidi na tam sa asantini bi ba ejina baby eka say review means cancel na review ni engine tum na review no ebema free SHS negu a na say sa santini ba no wedi Otumfuo atem if say the Otumfuo can say review no emra so into so ya dance asantini de share uti social media uti radio so uti Facebook we NPP ni na ukotena radio so kwa say review no it means cancellation review no enya de pa na wo pese uka Otumfuo ne kasabo ahye ne yem na wo pese indirectly no udi okokoso otekokoso atem wo pese okase sebio otekokoso nim nyansa every say ende otekokoso okasa ma santeman okasama obia ohye na se wa santeman asase so into Otumfuo said to akasa ma santeman or say free SHS review no important and we have to do it mumianko tie nana ano ene brofo
Bible no bo aman na one year no memam year no nye ne na mepe ne kina said da ho ani hu se enhihye ye ni say science STEM ya marking STEM no ne say science technology English and mathematics no ne de ko na no ni say baby a class baby a class here bio science ni ni ho
Joe.
Yeah, crazy baby, na interested in blocks Ampaw aka schools ni bi o aka ni nyina na esi sika no e de be no so na e de na so se de ba sika no de bi o wa hu hia no e tete so na e na ye de pia kwa e de be ya na ye
Joe.
na ye nge ni nyina kama ba enko dormitories enko landa e fa yenko the Abena in senior high school, a science lab, a biniho, ICT, a sibiniha, a PT, and be agent to work a crania de Kusum, a school bus, a biniho, or a Biania Yedi, a biniho, many I near who said this.
Joe.
Free senior high school, I am passing a year here. Name on Mummy and free senior high school. Yeah, say ya twa adwene hu na se beka se free senior high school man kola akọ na koma de ani asa apam ya bade ene so ni faso
Joe
na ye ni ebe se aduane wo no odi nansa no abafi odi nansa no abafi na wasa akọ na nso ni ye nhihye ni ye ni hu se ye kwa na ye kọ aduane no obedi anu odi de obetumi atua mu mi ahwe ni ye obo wa se bo obetumi atua ye ma ni ntwa
Joe
no ana de ye hwem akane ye ko school no ye hwem wie na pass ya hwe bezri wa wo ma unim na mo wontiri ntwa na beza na trotra ba ya hwem ya ma bezri no koko boss scholarship those days e dia mobi na de obetu etua so no otua no okode ye hu so wontiri ntwa so ye tra na ye hu beza no hu so we ntiri ntwa na ye dia ma school administration ye ko na beza
Asanteman obi ate efiti nne me maka Otumfuo me wofa me de ache no na nka osa asem wo kan be 2 years 3 years ago bibinti enam se sofo ojina sorry dem kanya mesem na oba bi kura tie nim na ne skirt no ho apaya oyi ne to nchen bibi nti nana me de ache no now awasa santema nyina tie ase otekokko so say free SHS no John Mahama ehye kina waba for Ghana for nyina o say moma ye nyina support John Mahama review no ehia pa nyansasem na Otumfuo say waka say sa wo ya dance Asante de hye na wo hye na say na wo from one dance Asante de hye na wo tena radio so tena TV so eka say free SHS review no nyansa nim Mahama betwem a Otumfuo say ye chewa yambo nana anka ne saa ba we de me na meka nana say wo be kasa asa no mpe Ghana ye wankasa yambo ba me de me meka say yambo nana say mamo nkasa saa wo be kasa no yo be chiw dedua into Otumfuo osay tutu aka de ya wa asem we mu nyina sanka Otumfuo betuma ka asem we 2020 anka Otumfuo betuma ka asem we 2021 2022 Otumfuo from the day Akufo the free SHS by no Otumfuo nim say the Akufo mo ye no enye ba bibi nti Otumfuo anka ho asem minima de kro e bia debi na bechiro book na wa chiro no wom na ye nim ade kodi nti ama Otumfuo ensi ne bo entumi ankans kasa ba emem ama NPP fo antiase se sa free SHS no mo ye no nyansa nim no ene de bia na bechiro book no de ahyem me mini na adwunim ena de si ye na menim nti ene de beja ama abosomfo no nana ama nana ene o matena se akyerechirem adwudwom ama daachi na naja book bi wo ha e bia na a secret ebi na Yvonne Nelson ya de nan se ahwedie ebe ye hu se eye de kwabute etotom nan nti nana de ye beja sa partner manana every say e den ya nana akasa reset no ya reset obia Otumfuo say menhia reset internal tia santimemu na ya mentiase a Otumfuo say menhia kra reset nti reset ho nana reset menhia Otumfuo osay tutu wa reset menhia nti tia santimemu na ya me de MPP ni ye de twame furuma ye de atemeto me de ateme kokom me de mentiase Otumfuo reset o menhia so do Jimmy betra kaje tia say on reset ya ye kwajawo nti Otumfuo osay tutu nana piao chanchan hini Kevin Taylor wodom ya wuhia me a ode aya blessings miensa ebetu mechi no nana wodi nka ka kira santeman so obi gye wano si boni a osi edi natem nana efiti ne eko me hya wobo se obi tia santeman mu ana oti Ghana ha ya MPP ni na obekasa tia free SHS review any aya the needia we need to help any omo eska also mutia nana wodi gya nipa no mame mesapa no nana ode menye bibia gya nipa no mame ende meti ha na metwen enti message ni nyina ne Asanteman Otumfuo so wa reset menhia aba default aba baby a wo se menhia begina enti menhia e ma ye message no menhia pick signal no because me kai inkwasiafo we kwa Asanteman mu review omka say review e dey cancel
say enso say na say utumi say woni age atomo ye ngin tomo de kan ne say ye ba be review policy no. Now review your policy. Review your policy. You can policy and I will say review. Review your policy. No be okay say on pay. No can say review. No nim the over be cancel. It is about ba betwem yes sir. You ba betina o me na dwa ba betwem. Yeah play no na play no tsna say ba betwem. Yeah play no na play no tsna.
Agwa we sala started no red acho we kufuado. No red ni enim. Enti time na oyɛ saa no ne nyina adwin sɛ we de Kufuado de wenyini we jimijimi ɔne ba omiom nyansa na red ba omian nam na oyɛ daddy bo abɛn no saa na ne nyina red Kufuado started red enye no enti ne nyanya line no saa red no na ɔnom because ade we unim red ade Kufuado yi red hwɛ enye ho not anom.
Make the mistake of giving him power. That policy is going to be cancelled. Are we prepared to see this? Are we prepared to see that policy being cancelled in Ghana? In the same way, the expansion of our health infrastructure. When we unveil the policy of agenda
red and then Otumfuo ma secret no and then Otumfuo anka bibia for be 8 years no about free SHS because when him say akwa we offer red wa kasa ye pe bibi besi Enti si penyini baby bia onya abotre no. Enti ne enti Otumfuo ase. O send Otumfuo ka kire or my signal ne na akwa ne fa red. Hwe. Ekufuo de gina power ka kire say. Review and Otumfuo ka kire say. So bi ka kire say review a councillor onom red no. Hwe de Ekufuo do. Sa na akwa na nom red dada nyina yenim. Unim red. Red ne bi nie. One no match.
Very worried about the idea that the people who oppose the policy, they have an opportunity to come to power, are going to review it. I suspect reviewing means collapsing it. That's my understanding. But I don't think that the Ghanaian people are going to allow this very important policy to be collapsed. I think that some of the measures that we've taken.
And then Otumfuo read it too. What Nana read it too. Otumfuo it too. And Otumfuo say. So what is so be kasibia ekasasibia na Ekufuo de kasa na nipa na Jimmy for because me do me na Otumfuo and asembia me na beka bia no me support no and the me na ka say review no it means say Mahama edwuma oye no eso ani e wo say ye nyina ye review free SHS no me nje me na no nsi bone because me do Otumfuo do me into obi a obeka anything apart from the Otumfuo kind when it comes to free SHS nipa na red no no wabodam opeso ji Otumfuo do si bone me di watam because me sibia me bu Asante hine no me makwasie bi ngina no nsi bone and Asante hine say free SHS review na Mahama ye it is the best the owo sika na yema ntua the oni bi no abamboa no schools na ye ne sa no John Mahama betumi si more the dormitories more schools Otumfuo say or support John Mahama any NDC endorsement of review of free SHS sa na nya Kufuor nkwa na num red no hwe 2014 na kwa we onum red bawumia 2014 bawumia ka kire say NDC free SHS review plan senseless kwasiato 2014 bawumia ka asase mu kire 2020 eno ka asase mu kire 2020 eno bawumia bi na no ka kire Ghana for say free SHS review no senseless and the audio Otumfuo ka kire mo and the Otumfuo ka kire say de na mo keka no adekudie ntia one respond no anase one ka bibia ne say enkofo no bawumia Ekufuor no red omo ye drug addicts omo ye jimifuo Otumfuo said to catch us Santeman. Intende, Kwasiampe you be free people be catch us say free SHS no add a review and you be councillor Otumfuo say Sanipa no who say no red or ya kwasia onimu nyansa because Otumfuo said to pagana year with him red in our shadow. I am trying to let you understand how our NPP omo Jimmy the ya start building no ye mistake near the man Kofi me say ni nyina Adia John Mahama ne NDC for air building no. Ye mistake ne tamper or my NPP in the next 42 years. Omo be say ni nyina. I'm telling you because in the next 42 years no na bibie gina. Ye mistake. We ba omia or starting no red enyende 2000 and then Mahama promised to abolish double track means he will cancel free SHS. Mahamudu Baumia asemo kache ni. Or say Mahama or catcher say obe abolish double track no obe cancel free SHS 2024 no cancel anko asem we safi wo and the Otumfuo or say to catcher say MPP for Bawumia Kufuor MPP no mo Jimmy omo no red. How can getting rid of double track say obe abolish free SHS and the hweduane ankora eduane pa ankora ni di no school and what to say a school be headmaster be complaining. And what to say, in Korano, Mimi. John Mahama, everything possible to move a double track system. He's doing everything possible to make sure that in Korania, 3 balanced diets to eat. Time ana Ekufuor ne Baumia more power. Na yemfre be balanced diets. Time ana Baumia ne Ekufuor more power. Na in Korano, omudi dog's diet, chicken diet. And Oba Ghana, free SHS and Kora, omudi balanced diet. Balanced diet is a diet that consists of all the essential food nutrients in their right proportion. Inti say right proportion number ubetumako shiobi na odi koko 10 tobacco kose miensa. It is not in the right proportion. But to me share Kevin, now when you cabbage kakra, when you salad kakra, when you tea tomatoes light to be order is stew. Now when you add and tuna kakra, or not Kevin also or a or a year elewan your kakra sinchain, or also beans kakra or chicken kitwebi and or sour idea and you balance that because it's in the right proportion. There's protein, there's this, there's that, there's not. It's wrong. Inti MPP for no normal man korano dog meat, dog food. They were not giving them a balanced diet because if it is not in the right proportion, that food is not balanced. And the uko balanced diet.
Wow, the first time in Kofi Senior High dining hall history, there has been never watching an egg at the dining hall before. And when a zoo came to power, we are now eating watching like if you're watching any acronos, any posia
Umpe when apekaya motium. Oye mistakenly to me, NPP you. The next 42 years, you had to me cram in the next 42 years. Asemesi. And intina, Asama Otumfuo or say to Akano. A Asama, I was Asante mine, Ghana mine, your fun is serious. Let's review free SHS. Otumfuo Kaye. Or say free SHS, yeah, review. Asante ni baby obekase, Neni Jono, or Yakwasia. If you say, so Pagana year, or some me review free SHS no. And no na John Mahama NDC here, because Otumfuo him say a review free SHS now. Asante man kwara in the next 10, 15, 20, 30, 42 years, 46 years no, omobeye empenyititu e Ghana. And it's in the Otumfuo chichire Asante man, and the Otumfuo, he is thinking about the future of the young Asantenia kwara. On person that you regularly because Asante for the Munko school. Asante for the Sebio, ye tam o mwana na mako German country, o mako toilet team dabi. O person edum pempenso bia, e ka eye akrachi for omo mutumi kenkan ti ase etumi ka brofo wisra eka twi wisra etumi kire bebi omo free ema am proud of omo tradition etumi ka omo kasa ka brofo ye adwuma opese ye bo Asante for din on person de bebo Asante ni aka se we de adan eyi ase na ote we de on de otonkonwa eji nyame nkonwa ene de dabi oso on pesa into the Otumfuo ye ne de no or secure the future of Asante for nkwara it is no bit na Asante memu radio so TV so Ebiena no ekasetia free SHS and John Mahama na sa nipa ne pese odi ote kokko so atem enisi ama ne ho yede ne ho che no obi a obetena santimemu atena radio so atena TV so akasetia free SHS a Otumfuo setutu a endorse ede na koma pa ataye kire se onim se John Mahama ebeye ne ye no sa nipa ne kasetia free SHS and John Mahama na nipa no opese oyede odi Otumfuo atem me ekọ mempene mo obi andi Otumfuo atem da. Itu ko tie sa radio no one mon starting tie omu ye pa so obi anu ko tie menhia amomamente so obi ko kasa tie menhia obi ko kasa twie bi obi pese odi free SHS edi di Otumfuo atem because Otumfuo kasa asa opanyini dware a na nsu asa Otumfuo kasa kusie bi ani asantememu bi ma so okasa tia free SHS under John Mahama Otumfuo osetutu okasa na adiasa okasa obianda okasa na nsu asa obiani asantememu a owotumi che Otumfuo obiani asantememu a onim nyansa che Otumfuo obiani asantememu a otse ono de osinibu a owobo che Otumfuo enti de oso ye bema no ometena TV so e wa asantememu de oso ye bema no ometena radio so asantememu de oso ye NPP ni ade bo ohia on de onim nyansa che Otumfuo no omeka se free SHS review na John Mahama ne NDC ye a Otumfuo krasa kase so bi wo ska na wo fo wo ska omuntua ena se obi so ni bia aban bo nipa no Otumfuo so sa ka se sa aban epese obi schools ni ma onkoso no obi schools ni no de oso ye bema no onkasa se de Otumfuo ka ye no nyansa dim ni enhwe so betena santememu a me metwa ticket aba me bukum me metwa ticket aba Ghana woni pa obetena radio so meba me no one on one me bukum because me wofa Otumfuo said to me protect no me make sure say obi ani otumi de nanim etwitwi fom now mommy enko enim na me do osade ba ko wo mo say if some parents can pay allow them to pay eye so amefo eye so asontre eye bantama eye ni odibiase ne mo wo say so obi wo sika obetua mo mane ntua asanteman wo akakra wo wutsina obeso otua oba wo SSR tua ono Otumfuo nana ena eka oso pese oboa John Mahama aban no ogidi se John Mahama aban no omunim nyansa nti Otumfuo aka wa wo so nim nyansa che Otumfuo no kotena radio zika se won ti ase say de ose ne bo ohye de onim nyansa che Otumfuo de ose wo tumi de ose on de na adwene mu edo che Otumfuo no onkotena radio so nka se asam Otumfuo kan ne de ye nti ase no omubu be ye hwe so betena santememu a Otumfuo kasa asa ose John Mahama idea ne the best Asante man nyina support ne enkoso nto aba ma NDC na Yohunu said the John Mahama ye nyina support na the next 48 years no Ghana befa ne ntoma pefra Otumfuo said to say sa NPP we de onim omo nya party bia obetumi de omo afrafra eye den eye na konwa nti moma ye nyina ye ni nko eye den Ghana so me da say Otumfuo nana maka amedwedwem now Galamsey issue Nana o twen ya 7 years me problem no Nana o che dodo we me mani twem enye Otumfuo o che too much de bia Nana o kuta mic sa 7 years de bia o je mic wa je mic 7 years Nana o ye dinner o ye conference o ye symposium Nana o ko wiase bebia kasa ye Ghana bebia ni wa wan kasa 7 years Nana went to man free SHS one service in ne Nana say basa nye Ebasa nye yentena yendi hene sa ai Unana num bebre ya mu school ase nyina nana metum di blame ni bia ma ho ebi say yatete abetie na ne cha no ye kasa ntem a anka nipa dodo a free SHS ekufo ado mode say omu nkomo nyansa ye omo nana me blame kakra me blame because nyo bu ha ye ne ntem yatete abetie na ne anka ye kan ntem a ebi 2017 2018 ye kan asem we a anka nana anka nenka free SHS ngejina ne naso yen to me en cancer no tra asa anja no ho nana onana ne me do ba nyame bi wo no anye ni ya meka yen nye sa antena fie because ye kan nyankawefo nana anka NPP nkwasiafo yi kombe so mdi watam on se ende de waka wo obi ani age but yen tena fie yen nim sa de na ekoso ne nye yen mbu be en kata bone so nana me do wa hwenkofo e mama sei Ghana nana wa hwo mama sei Ghana ye kan de beka bia wanfo anu antum da den so na wonim say review no eye omo ba Asante mu be ye campaign edidi Ghana for atam na uti review ase chem na ko school ni anwo me ye ka obi a wa ko school awedra o school mu nkrata mu a wa ben na wonim ade wonim brofo wonim de ekọ o man kwasiafo e betena Asante mu e da Asante man na wonim ye tena wa ma na ugya man kofo se Ghana bebe na bi edri afena de bia na ye twa matani aba eniye de bia na ye twa matani aba eniye kejetie sa Rollins ba ye a obe start so ye kejetia wonana kofo ba ye be di nkwase asem sa be fefa ma eyie nkwase eyie ekutia obedi president se busua panyini eno nam Ghana na otata nkofo na small girl be free eye English ba ya obetwetwe ne be ma obegi sika kwe ye tete ho ana tanifo tafo ya sa ba be sika kejetia Nkofo ba ya nana 2017 schools sisi wo omoje guo sewie guo omoje guo afari guo omoje guo free SHS so omode se nkwara nana wanka 8 years nana on se ache nana red ekoso Asante memu nyina ka kasa ntema nka red nke so atwa unim red ekoso ya nkwara bebrebe free SHS a omko yomkoso red nkwara bebre omo Ashtown ene Kumasi Potema and the drugs eku omu e free SHS ya na enye ya omko double track ene komo omko introduce omu to these things nana nke kasa ntema nka wanyina so atwa ene hwe bia wona na NPP nti obi ano kasa wanim kwasi ampanyi bia no kasa wanim jimifo bia no kasa tia menhia adentra nana ensam ne ba jaso ne agi adwa nana eba ya ne adwudwam ne ekọ enim because yekase yetena ho because ye wo fa party ne wo so nti ye nka sebio ye o wi of was nana wo so hwa wo de nana mano sisimi na so nana o wi of was nana wo hwa wo de ya wi of nsa ma ne eru efisi ye nsa ka ho nana ne ya wi nsa but nyame wo ho ye wa kan de ama sebio ema eye gidie soronko asaba nana me de metima ka se wo fa wo em wo fa me do